Robert Hunter Biden, born February 4th, 1970. He's an American lawyer and investment advisor who is the second son of former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden. He's a founding partner of Rosemont Seneca Partners, an investment and advisory firm. Biden served on the board of Burisma Holdings, a major Ukrainian natural gas producer, from 2014 to 2019. Hunter Biden is no stranger to scandals, from his eyebrow-raising dealings in Delaware, China, and Ukraine to controversies involving drug use and child support. The son of former Vice President and Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden has faced accusations of corrupt behavior from both sides of the political aisle and played a starring role in President Trump's recently concluded impeachment proceedings. The young Biden's distinct scandals are best understood in roughly chronological order. This is because Republicans have argued that Biden's irresponsible behavior only make it more likely that this later sweetheart gigs were obtained not through merit, but because of connections that he could monetize. In 2008, both the New York Times and the American Spectator highlighted Hunter Biden's sweetheart gigs, while his father rose in political prominence. The articles, written as Barack Obama and John McCain vied for the White House, found that Hunter Biden received consulting fees from the financial services company MBNA from 2001 to 2005, while his father, then a senator, was pushing successfully for legislation that would make it harder for consumers to file for bankruptcy protection. The precise amount of the payments was unclear, but a company official once said that Hunter Biden received at least $100,000 per year retainer. Now, Hunter Biden, now 49, previously been an executive at MBNA beginning in 1996, but the consulting fees came years after he departed from the company as a full-time employee. Aides to then presidential candidate Barack Obama denied that any lobbying had occurred and insisted the payments were proper. However, that explanation was immediately treated with skepticism. The Trump campaign recently posted a contemporaneous interview in which an incredulous Tom Brokaw asked Joe Biden whether it was inappropriate for the then senator to have his son collecting money from the big credit card company while he was on the Senate floor protecting its interests. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Hunter Biden's previous work as an executive at MBNA from 96 to 98 also has raised what critics call red flags. Rachel Mullen, a former senior personal banking officer at MBNA from 1994 to 2001, who later went into Republican politics, also said that managers referred to the young Biden as Senator MBNA. This was after hiring into a lucrative management prep track right after he graduated from Yale Law School. Another MBNA source who previously worked at the company told Fox News that other employees heard Hunter Biden boasting that his salary was unusually high, even for the management prep track. This was widely seen in the company as a way to groom and pamper well-connected executive candidates with influential family members. The source said Biden's Senator MBNA nickname was not politically motivated. Instead, it reflected a widely held belief among managers who did not work directly with Biden that he mostly was engaged in lobbying. The Biden's connection with MBNA ran deep. In a January 2008 article entitled "The Senator from MBNA," columnist Brian York recounted how then MBNA Vice Chairman John Cochran paid top dollar for Joe Biden's home in February 1996, just before his senator re-election bid, and that MBNA gave Cochran a lot of money, $330,000, to help with expenses related to the move. In 2014, Hunter was kicked out of the military after testing positive for cocaine. The Navy said that Biden, a former lobbyist who worked at a private equity firm, was discharged barely a year after he was selected for his part-time position as a public affairs officer in the Navy Reserve. Two people familiar with the situation quickly told the media that Biden was discharged because he failed a drug test in 2013. The Wall Street Journal first reported Biden's discharge and failed drug test. In April 2014, Hunter Biden and his friend Devin Archer joined the natural gas company Burisma Holdings board, the largest natural gas producer in Ukraine. Biden apparently cannot speak Ukrainian and had no relevant experience in the gas industry or Ukrainian regulatory affairs. He did have one priceless qualification: his unique position as the son of the Vice President of the United States, newborn Ukraine's most crucial ally. Joe Biden acknowledged on camera that in spring 2016, when he was vice president and spearheading the Obama administration's Ukraine policy, he successfully pressured Ukraine to fire top prosecutor Viktor Shokin. At the time, Shokin was investigating the notoriously corrupt Burisma Holdings, where Hunter's role was especially lucrative. The vice president threatened critics alleged Hunter Biden might have been selling access to his father, who had pushed Ukraine to increase its natural gas production. Government officials have raised similar concerns. During the House impeachment proceedings, a career State Department employee testified that he had flagged Hunter Biden's apparent conflict of interest, but was told necessarily not to bother the vice president's office. Political scientist Ian Bremmer said it's impossible to justify $50,000 a month for Hunter Biden serving on a Ukrainian energy board with zero expertise unless he promised to sell access. Joe Biden has said he never discussed his son's overseas business dealings, an assertion seemingly contradicted by both his son and a photo exclusively obtained by Fox News. While speaking in an exclusive sit-down interview with ABC's Amy Robach at his Los Angeles home last October, Hunter Biden said, "I know I did nothing wrong. Was it poor judgment to be in the middle of something that is a swamp in many ways? Yeah." He acknowledged he might not have gotten the job were it not for his connections to the vice presidency. In the ABC News report last year, which also delved into the Biden's China dealings, journalist Tom Lamas called it strange that Ukrainian natural gas company Burisma Holdings, widely accused of corruption, had appointed Hunter Biden to its board of directors and agreed to pay Hunter Biden's company more than $1 million a year. In February of 2013, 1 month after Rosemont Seneca's joint venture with Bohai Capital to from BHR Partners, Hunter Biden reportedly flew aboard Air Force Two with then Vice President Biden to China. The senator wrote, while in China, he helped arrange for Jonathan Lee, CEO at Bohai Capital, to shake hands with Vice President Biden. Afterward, they continued, Hunter Biden met with Lee for reportedly a social meeting. After the China trip, BHR's business license was approved. Then, in 2015, BHR joined with Aviation Industry Corporation of China, AVIC, to acquire Hennings, which was the biggest Chinese investment into U.S. automotive manufacturing assets to date. Last year, Biden stepped down from the board of BHR Partners and said he wouldn't take similar roles if his father won the presidency. The Wall Street Journal reported that BHR Partners' filings show that while Hunter was a director of BHR since its founding, he didn't become a shareholder until October 2017. Trump has specifically accused Biden of walking out of China with $1.5 billion in a fund. The Journal reported that in 2014, BHR was trying to raise that much money to invest outside of China, but it's otherwise unclear what the president was referencing. In January of this year, Hunter Biden agreed to pay monthly child support retroactive to November 2018, a move temporarily ending a standoff that began after the judge in his Arkansas paternity case ordered him to appear in person for a hearing to explain why he shouldn't be held in contempt. The standoff reignited in March when Biden failed to meet at a court deadline to turn over additional financial documents. Republicans suggested he was hiding evidence of corruption. The matter remains pending. Biden has previously denied paternity before a DNA test proved otherwise. According to his agreement with plaintiff Lauren Alexis Roberts, the court redacted the amount of child support that Biden agreed to pay, who alleged Biden was an absent father. However, Independence County Circuit Court Judge Holly Mayer noted that she lacks sufficient information to determine the appropriate amount of permanent child support based on the defendant's income, and that modifications to the child support owed each month could be made based on additional evidence. Contempt proceedings over Biden's repeated failure to turn over relevant financial documents were only delayed until March 1st, and Biden has not resolved the issue. After months of hiding, one has to wonder if the reason Hunter Biden continues to defy the court is that there are financial documents that could shed light on his father's massive conflicts of interest as vice president. The paternity dispute has presented headaches for the elder Biden ever since a court filing showed that DNA results indicated he was now a grandfather. Joe Biden tangled with a Fox News reporter on camera when asked about the development last November. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for similar upcoming videos.